Today we're going to be talking about simplifying algebraic expressions. We're going to be talking about variables, and there will be plenty of vocabulary that goes along with this. So we have four types of vocabulary. We have a term. A term are the parts of an algebraic expression. We're going to use this up here. It is, if you just want to write down 3x plus 7 plus x plus 2. So the terms are the different parts of the algebraic expression. So we have a 3x, we have a 7, we have an x, and we have a 2. These are the different terms. Now a coefficient is the numerical part of a term that contains a variable. So we have to find all of the variables in our algebraic expression. So we have an x here, and we have an x here. So the numerical part of the term, so if we look at this term, we have the coefficient is 3. Now let's look over at this term. This just says x, but it does have a coefficient. How many x's are there? There are 1 x's. So there actually is a coefficient, and that coefficient is 1. Now a constant is any term without a variable. Or in this case, if you could just think about it as just a number that doesn't have a variable on it. So in this case we have 2 of them. We have 7 and we have 2. Those are the different constants that we have. Now we're looking at like terms. Like terms are terms that contain the same variable. So we have 2 like terms here. We have 3x and we have 1x, or just x. So these two are 2 different like terms, or are 2 like terms. So we have 3x and we have x, or if you want to think of it as 1x. So you may hear me talking about puppies and kitties within my classroom when I'm talking about like terms. So if you think about it, puppies and kitties don't really mix. So I try to think of them as we have 3x, and wherever we see x's are our puppies, wherever we see y's are our kitties. Puppies and kitties do not mix. So this x and this y, they are not like terms. In this example, our 2 like terms are 3x and 4x, just because we have an x here and we have an x here. These are our like terms. So now what I want you to do is to pause the video and try to identify the like terms below. Alright, so if we have 5x plus 3 plus 7x plus 4 plus 2y, we have some like terms. We have some x's, which are our puppies. These are some like terms. We don't have any other y's, so this cannot be combined with another like term. And then we have our 3 and our 4. These are also some like terms. So we have 2 different types of like terms. We have our x's and we have our constants. Now we're going to go back to our vocabulary. We are going to identify the parts of the expression. So if we focus on this expression here, we have 6x plus 2y plus x minus 5. So what are our terms? We have 4 of them. We have 6x, 2y, x, and we have minus 5. So our terms are 6x, 2y, x, and 5. So these are our terms. Our like terms we have some x's. So our like terms are 6x and x. Y doesn't have a like term. 5 doesn't have a like term. So what are the coefficients? Looks like that we have 3 of them. We have 6 because this is attached to x. We have 2 because it's attached to y. Remember, this x has a coefficient of 1 that always goes with it. So there are actually 3 coefficients. We have 6, we have 2, we have 1. So what is our constant? Our constant does not have a variable attached to it. Constant is 5. So now we're going to simplify some algebraic expressions. So if we have the first one, we have negative 4x plus 6 plus 2x. What might actually help you is when you think about whether the sign is a positive, if they're positive numbers or negative numbers, I like to break up my terms. So if we have a break right here, and we have a break right here. So this shows that this is a negative 4x. I can think of this as a plus 6 or a positive 6, and I can think of this as a plus 2x or a positive 2x. So we're going to simplify algebraic expressions. By that, we are going to combine like terms. So the first one, we have a like term of a negative 4x plus 2x. So if we have negative 4x's, and we are going to combine 2x's, we can think of it like this. What is negative 4 plus 2? Negative 4 plus 2 is equal to a negative 2. So our answer is a negative 2x once we combine them, and then we just bring down this plus 6. So negative 2x plus 6 is our final answer when we combine them. Now let's look at the one on the right. We have a 5x plus 2 plus x plus 7. Remember, I like to break up my terms. And remember, what's the coefficient that goes along with just this x? That's right. Remember, this is always a 1x. So let's combine some like terms. We have a 5x. This is a positive 5x. If there's no sign, then it is a plus 5x. So we have a positive 5x, and then we have plus a 1x. So 5x plus 1x is equal to 6x's. And then we also have two constants. We have a 2, a plus 2, then we have a plus 7. So 2 plus 7 is equal to 9. So our final answer is 6x plus 9. So now it's your turn. I have these two expressions here. I want you to pause the video, try these two yourself. Be careful with the second one because we have some distributive property that goes along as well. So pause the video, unpause the video when you're ready to see the way that I've done. Alright, if we have 2x plus 3 minus 7x minus 4, I like to split up my terms. So now let's combine like terms. So I have a 2x. Are there any other x's? We have a minus 7x. So we think, what is 2x minus 7x's? So 2x minus 7x's is equal to a negative 5x. Now we can combine the constants. We have a plus 3 and we have a minus 4. If we have a positive 3 minus 4, that's equal to a negative 1, or we can rewrite it as a minus 1. So this is our final answer. Now the second one, remember we are going to be doing some of the distributive property. So 4 times x is equal to 4x. Bring down the sign, plus. What is 4 times 8y? That's 32y. And then when we write the rest of it, so that's plus y. So, we have 3 terms. We have our 4x, plus 32y, and then plus y. So let's combine like terms. We have a positive 32y. Remember, this is a 1 for a coefficient. So if we have 32y's and we add another y, that is going to be equal to 33y's. And we bring down our 4x. We cannot combine these because, think of it like puppies and kittens. X is puppies, Y is kittens. You cannot combine puppies and kittens, so these stay the same. So our final answer is 4x plus 33y. So I have this last distributive property example that I want to show you, just to walk through it with you. So I like to think that we're going to break up our terms. So I like to think of this as a negative 3 that we're going to be multiplying it by. I like to think of this as a negative 3. So what is a negative 3 times y? So let's just first write down the 6x. So it's negative 3 times y is the same as minus 3y. Then what is a negative 3 times a negative 2x? So negative 3 times a negative 2x is a positive 6x. So now we have 6x minus 3y plus 6x. Let's combine like terms. We have our x's. We have a 6x here, and we have a 6x here. This is a positive 6x. So let's combine them. 6x plus 6x, we get 12x's. And then we cannot combine this negative 3y because it's like puppies and kittens. You can't combine an x with a y. You can't combine puppies with kittens. So this is your final answer, 12x minus 3y.